Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures with Raven and Rowley. I'm Raven and this is Rowley. We're living over 6 months now in the Nevadan desert in a converted 6x12 cargo trailer. For the past 5 years we lived in an RV, a Class A for a while and a fifth wheel. Last week I showed you a tour of the cargo trailer we're living in, the 6x12. It's pretty comfortable, and how we've managed to survive the summer, and it looks like we'll survive the winter too. This week we compare solar cookers and solar ovens. I'll show you my version, my DIY version. If you're curious, continue to watch. So this week, since Thanksgiving was coming up, and I was thinking of cooking a Thanksgiving dinner solar, I decided I'm going to try and make a solar oven. Now, I would love to buy a solar oven, but they are ridiculously priced. I mean, there's the box oven, which I'm kind of sort of trying to emulate. It's over $400. And the slanted box style is over $300. I can't see doing that. I can't see doing that. So I decided I was going to make my own. I looked it up, did a lot of research. And here's my experiment. Experiment number 1. I decided I'm going to make a solar oven. I have 2 solar cookers, one made with a car windshield reflector, which works really beautifully, and one that I bought way back when, the Haynes 2.0 solar cooker. So I found this box at Goodwill for 75 cents. It's a foot square in size. Now, I could have made this solar cooker out of, it's just a square. I could have made this out of cardboard box, 2 cardboard boxes, one inside of the other, one about an inch smaller all the way around than the other, stuff it with newspaper, and that would have been my box. But I found this one for 75 cents. So I'm going to cut the Reflectix to fit in here. Now, the weather has been crazy, but today it is gorgeous. It's cold, but it's gorgeous. So what I had planned to do, because I want to cook dinner on Saturday, what I had planned to do was to line this whole box with Reflectix and just let it go. Because I've done a lot of research over the years, and a lot more even so lately, because I've never made a box cooker before. So I see that some of them have black on the bottom and the sides are reflective. Some have the whole thing reflective, the box, the sides, and the bottom. And then there's others that have the whole thing black. Well, I've got black spray paint, but I want to cook on Saturday, and today is Wednesday. So I'm thinking that I will do a complete reflective liner and kind of stick it in, just kind of wedge it in place and use that as the cooker. And then sometime next week I'll paint the bottom and try and cook something in it to see if that makes it any better, absorbs the heat better, reflects better, or not. And then I figured after that I would paint the whole thing black and see how that cooks. See if there's any difference. Now, the one thing I did get different is that I got a fresh net. This is one of these kind of things. You've seen them. They put them over they use a lot of them for magnifying book pages, and you can see how my stuff is behind it. It's magnified. So this would magnify the sunlight. So I'm thinking I have to put the glass across the top. I'll put this on top of that and see if it cooks any hotter or faster. So as a result, in order to know all of that, I went and I got an oven thermometer. So we'll see. Now this side here has to be, I'm going to use it as the reflector. I'm going to hinge it with zip ties so that it's like this, you know. And I'm going to put the reflector here. Now I don't have a mirror, and I wasn't willing to spend $70 to get a mirror. So I got some, you know, one of those Mylar blankets. And I'm going to glue it to this area here so that it's the reflector. My problem is, once I've got this once I've got the reflector on here and a zip tied the hinges, how do I keep it up? So I've been thinking of a mechanism, or, I mean, right now I'll just use a stick, but, you know, come future, what am I going to do? So that's what I'm working on. And since the sun is out today, I might just do this and heat up some leftovers I've got and do breakfast and dinner in here, and all three of them, so I can show you. Okay, since I didn't want to use glue because I'm going to be cooking this weekend, you know, and all of this, those chemicals, you know, they need a week as far as I'm concerned to air out and that kind of stuff, you know. So I just took a piece of tape and, you know, made a circle out of it and stuck it like double-sided tape and just stuck it in place. This one down here at the bottom is not stuck, it's just sitting there. So I'm going to tape it a little bit. I'm going to tape it a little bit across the top. But I have some silver tape coming. It's taking weeks to get here. I could have gone over to Walmart and bought some. But I figured, hey, you know, I'm ordering everything else from Amazon. Might as well get that too. But it didn't come yet. So, there's also, you know, I was talking about the top and making a hinge for the top. But I'm also thinking of using cardboard here on the sides and put some Mylar film on the cardboard so that I have a reflector on all four sides. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to try all of these different things because so far nothing is permanent in this box, and see which one cooks best. So I hooked the top up with zip ties. I covered this with Mylar and I taped it down because I don't want to spray glue yet. And I used, oops, and I'm going to use these. These are ball jar, you know, tops. I'm going to use those as the trivet in the bottom. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Oops. I had leftovers. So these are the leftovers that I'm going to heat up. One in each of the solar cookers. These two I'm going to put in the solar cooker that I made from the beef stroganoff. I'm going to put in the solar cooker I made from the car reflector. The breakfast skillet I'm going to put into the solar cooker, the Haynes 2.0 solar cooker. And I've got, this is a Philly cheesesteak Pop-Tart, whatever they're called. Hot Pockets, that's what they are. This is a Philly steak Hot Pocket. And we're going to put that into my new oven. And we'll see how fast they cook. This is all 3 solar panels set up. Notice that this one, if you look at my shadow, is almost exactly right on for the sun to be captured on the leftmost. Well, no, in this one, you can see that my shadow line's exactly in line with the center of that solar cooker. And that's the way it should be lined up if you're trying to catch the current solar cooker cooking. If you want to catch the most sun, is it always should be lined up that way. You can set it so that it's a little bit ahead, like for instance in this one. You see that it's not lined up, but it will line up after a while, you know. So that would afford you not to have to come out every half hour and move your solar panel. This one I put bottles of water around because it was going to fly away. So I gotta do something about making it heavier on the inside. Maybe I'll put pebbles or something underneath the reflectix. But the bottoms of these pots are supposed to be, in order for best results when cooking in a solar cooking, the bottom of the pot should be black. There's no blackness on the bottom of that pot, and there's no pot in here. It's just it's sitting on a piece of aluminum foil, and I don't even know why I did that because the bottom is already foil. But it's sitting up on top of the jar lids to give it some space underneath. This is sitting on a rack to give it space, and that's also sitting on a rack, and that's so that it can heat from the bottom as well as the sides and the top. I put a Fresnel lens in here, and it's kind of focused on the food. I think with a Fresnel lens I need to be exactly focused, but I don't know. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, I turned them all so that they are a little bit ahead of the sun, maybe 15-20 minutes, half an hour ahead of the sun. So the sun will catch up with them. And that's all 3 of them. It is 49 degrees right now. And it's 9:21 a.m. Wow, look at the snow on the mountains. Snow on the mountains. Snow. Yeah, I'm so glad it's over there and not here. But the snow is completely covering the mountains. This has been 2 hours. It's just over 150, I'd say 155. I think that's doing the best out of the bunch. This one I think this is just about 100. A little over 100, not much. And this is what? Stroganoff. And it's just the bag in a aluminum foil pan on top of a trivet. And this is not doing anything. I don't know what's going on with this. I would think that this would be really, really hot. But it is not. Especially with the Fresnel lens. I don't know what's going on with this. But it is not hot. It's just probably over 100 degrees. Okay, it's 1:05. I think I started this at 9:45. And the temperature has stayed the same at a little over 150. Maybe 153. This is
this. I wish I could tell what that is. Looks like it's about 150. And this has never reached 150.
Okay, well, it's almost 2 o'clock. This is down to 125, maybe. Let's see. I think it's time to give this experiment up anyway. Let's see.
Okay. Pot is steamy. It is hot to the touch. Ooh, the food is steaming. I hope you can see that. Wow. Okay.
That's the 𝗵𝗃. That's the 𝗵𝗃 solar cooker.
This was one of those oven bags and an aluminum foil pan, and it leaked. It's got a hole in it, and the hole in the pan and a hole in the bag. It feels a little bit more than lukewarm.
This thing,
I don't know. Let me see. I gotta open this up. Oops. This way. This is hot. This is a hot pocket. It feels lukewarm.
so I weighted everything down so I can try this again tomorrow. Hopefully the wind won't blow everything away. Or I'll come out, you know, find it in shreds or whatever. Look at the colors of this mountain. It's just amazing, amazing, amazing. It's truly beautiful out here. This is 8:11 a.m. on Thursday, and it's 42 degrees. I think I know what this problem is. And I think it's the Fresnel lens. I think I created my own baffle so that no sunlight actually went in to heat the whole system, just to a point. So I'm going to take this Fresnel lens off and see what happens. So right now, looking at the thermometer, it says nothing. Okay, it's now 45 degrees, 8:33 in the morning. It took me 20 minutes to get all of these things hooked up, you know. And this is the thermometer. I put these thermometers so that we could see them. So this one says it's under 100. It's probably 50 degrees or less. It's 45 out here, right? Okay, that's what it's reading. This one looks like it's about maybe 75 degrees. That heated up pretty fast. Now this is only taking the temperature of the oven, not of the food. I put this one in here because it's the hardest to read, but you know, through the plastic, but I can see it very well through the plexiglass. So it's not anywhere near registering anything. That's a meat thermometer. This is an oven thermometer. And this one is a meat thermometer also. Probably should have oven thermometers in all of them, but hey, you know, it's an experiment. You can see by where my shadow is that in no case are any of them getting direct sunlight right this minute. probably not for at least another hour will they get direct sunlight. But hey, it's early. You know, they say you're supposed to do solar cooking between 10 and 2 o'clock. Well, hey, I start early. What can I tell you? It's getting some sun. Like you can see, there's some sunlight on this pot. So, hey, this one is getting sun for sure. I don't think it matters what direction it's coming from. This one either. So if I had, on the box cooker, if I had reflectors all the way around, it would be, no matter what, reflecting into that box. But we'll come back. I'll come back in an hour and see where it's at. Okay, it's 9:14, 45 degrees. This is just about 130 degrees. Not bad. And it's been, what, half an hour? 45 minutes max. This is closer to, looks like closer to 175 degrees. And this one, I think is something wrong with the thermometer. Okay, it's 10:35 at 50 degrees. And this says it's just about 190 degrees, it looks like to me. Under there. So if you were doing slow cooking, that's not bad. This one is an oven thermometer, and it is saying 255 degrees. Oops, let me see if we can see that. 255 degrees. This is the car reflector with a hula hoop, 2 binder clips holding the bottom together, and an oven bag with a dark pot. Okay. I think all of that together, if you don't count the pot, well, even the pot, you figure $10 for the pot maybe, $5 for the hula hoop, $10 for the car reflector that you probably already have, and the binder clips. You could cook yourself a meal. And this one, it's set on the winter settings. See, it's all together with the blue clips. Is not doing as well as the car reflector. That's very surprising. I find that very surprising. This, on the other hand, I have no idea what the temperature is. This is a meat thermometer. Let me see if I can get my hands out of the light here. This is a meat thermometer, and it's showing temperatures that would be in meat. Well, that's way above 190, which is the highest temperature this thing records. So this is working very well too. So you got a styrofoam box with some reflectix on the inside. And you could just as easily put aluminum foil. But I used mylar for the reflector up here at the top because I couldn't, if you put it on the inside, it's going to melt. But you could just as easily use aluminum foil. Dark pan with a dark lid. Dark pan with a dark lid. Dark pan with a clear lid. Can you see the meat on the inside? Looks like it's cooked to me. I think it's time to open all of these things and see what's in there. Let me go get a pot or a bowl or something. Hold on. Okay, so I opened all of these up so you can see that they're done. See the steam coming off of that? You can see the oil down here at the bottom. Let me turn it over. It looks done. This
this one too, you can see the oil down here. Both of those ones are done.
They're not crispy.
But hey, and this one also is done. You can see the oil coming off of those. That's really amazing.
I just love this stuff. Okay, I got to do some more experimenting with this cooker, but yeah. It's surprising though, it's really surprising to me that this solar cooker got hotter than the one I paid for. Unfortunately, I can't tell how hot that one is, but I think these two are comparable. And both of them are do-it-yourself, DIY, almost free to do it yourself. The Rowley report. The Rowley report. Rowley report, yes. What's up? What? What do you want? What do you want? Oh. Really? Is that so? Well, I don't know. So thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. We'll see you next Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.